My parents' house. This is the one that I was at trying to survive the storm. We're at 215 Kim Cove Circle, and this is where I was for Hurricane Michael. Monday night, my parents called me and said, hey, this storm's starting to build up to a 2. It might even get to a 3, so we're going to leave town with the RV, and we're going to take some friends with us. Do you and Mr. Red, my cat, want to go with us? And I said, no. I said, we'll be fine. And she said, well, why don't you go to our house, because we boarded it up, so it'll be safer if it gets any worse. And I said, okay, we'll do that. And so my grand plan was to go to the attic. And the attic is right here. But it had the stairs pulled down, it had water up there, and that's where Red and I were gonna go if the storm got really bad or if water came in the house. So everything was fine. So Tuesday night, went to bed, and then Wednesday morning, I saw it was rising even worse, up to a 4, and that it could be up to a 5, and really started getting worried. So 2 hours before the storm hit, my parents texted me and said, we got a friend, Frank, a 73-year-old man that's staying at the canal with 2 dogs. Can he come and stay with you? And of course I said yes. I'm in here, I can hear Frank on the phone with his wife, and I can hear in her voice how bad the storm's getting. Probably about 45 minutes into the storm starting to hit, I'm in here and I feel water at my feet. The TV's already off. The last thing I saw was Jim Couture saying, hey guys, I hate to say this, but it looks like it's gonna be a Category 5. All right, we gotta walk to the garage, water's in the house. So when I opened up the door, the water was up to here already. And it pushed Frank and I back. We walked back into the kitchen here, and I'm holding Mr. Red, and water's here. And then within 10 minutes, water's here, because it's just building and building and building. And I look at Frank and I'm like, we can't stay in this house because we're gonna drown. I said, we gotta go, we're gonna probably go to the outside to the roof. That's where I fell with Mr. Red in my arms, and I held Mr. Red up. And then Frank pulled me out. This is the outdoor bathroom my parents got built 3 years ago. The door opened up. And I was like, well, there's a sink in there, there's a toilet in there. We can get in there, we can stand, we can survive. This bench right here had disengaged, was floating in the water, grabbed it, threw it in there, it fit perfectly. We stood up on the bench, and that's how we survived the storm. The next morning when I got up, I walked out to get to the main road on 98 and just realized it looked like a bomb had gone off in Mexico Beach. There was a house sitting in the middle of 19th Street to get to 98. I thought I was the only person alive for a while. You're like, oh my God, this was even worse than I thought it was gonna be. After the storm, after everything hit, I sat in my parents' wet living room on their couch and just could not understand what had gone on.